The series of movements and stretches is mostly for people who have lower back issues, maybe a tight lower back, or you just get reoccurring back pain. So this is something that you could do every day because it's low load on the spinal column, and it's mostly just stretching, a real easy movement. You could do it in the beginning of the day, getting that body moving, in the middle of the day, at the end of the day, really whenever you'd like. So we're gonna start this by just going over the movement, talking about the movement, and then we'll kind of put it together again. So if this is your second or third time watching this and you'd rather ignore this portion, you could just fast forward to the other part. So let's start on our hands and knees. Line up your shoulders and your wrists, your knees and your hips. Think about making that back nice and long. Your fingers are spread out. Now from here, you're gonna take a big breath in, and as you exhale, roll the back up. Tuck the pelvis in, look through those legs. As you inhale, you're gonna reverse it, tilt the tailbone up. Look up toward the ceiling, open through the chest, through the shoulders. Again, exhale and roll. Now we're gonna do this about 8 times. And as you keep it going, remember, you're going through your range of movement. So maybe your movement's small. Maybe that's as far as you go. Maybe your neck doesn't like you to look through those legs. So maybe you're just glancing at the knees. As you tilt up, you want to gaze up toward the ceiling, but again, if your range of movement stops you when you're looking maybe at the corner of the floor, then that's what you're going to work with. So work with your range of movement, but each time you go through this, think about making it just a little bit bigger. Pulling the belly in, tucking the pelvis in. So this is the cat-cow if you take yoga, and it's just warming up those muscles. And let's do that one more time. Exhale, bring it up. Now we're going to come back into a neutral position. From here, let's bring it back into a child's pose. So on the child's pose, you're just relaxing, nice long back. Relax your face, relax your shoulders. And maybe 3 to 6 breaths here. Then from here, we're just going to flip on over onto your back. Again, if you have back issues, you're going to go nice and slow. But you're going to lay on your back and bring your knees into the chest. Take a big breath in, bring your head up towards your legs. You're in a little ball. As you exhale, bring the feet down, facing straight ahead, about hip width apart. Tighten up the abs, drive those hips up into a bridge. So once you're here, the weight's on the shoulders, off your head, off your neck. And for here, we're just gonna hold it. So the pelvis is tucked in, glutes are tight, tight, tight. And we're just gonna hold it as we breathe, keeping those ribs in to the midline of your body. So maybe you're gonna count to about 10. Then you're gonna slowly lower it. Bring those knees into the chest, take a big breath in. And then bring it back down. Again, feet hip width apart, abs in, tilt the pelvis as it slightly lifts. So again, this range of movement depends on your body. You want the pelvis tilted, the glutes tight, the abs in. Maybe you're just slightly off the floor with that pelvis tilted. Maybe you're a little higher. So it just depends on your comfort level and your range of movement. Most important thing is that you keep those glutes nice and tight and that pelvis tilted. Then we're going to slowly bring it back down, bring the knees into the chest. Take a big breath in, bring your head up toward the legs. And bring it back down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Lift, again, tuck the pelvis, tighten those glutes. Make sure the weight's on the shoulders, so it's not on your head or your neck. Count to about 10. Once you've counted to about 10, you're going to bring it down. Knees into the chest. Take a big breath in, bring yourself into a little ball. Bring it back down. We're doing that one more time. Feet about hip width apart. Tilt that pelvis as you lift. Squeeze those glutes. Keep them as tight as you can. Abs are in. Nice deep breathing as you hang out here. And again, just for about a count of 10. Then you're going to slowly lower it down. From here, we're going to keep it here. Bring our feet together and open our arms to the sides. Lean your legs to one side and reach out with the opposite arm. So again, maybe your legs lean all the way over.
Maybe they stop part way. There's no right or wrong. It all just depends on your body. Most important thing are the shoulders are staying down. The opposite arm is stretching out. You can always place the same hand on those legs. Press down gently, and you're either looking up or away from the legs, either one. And then you relax all of the muscles. Bring the knees up and over to the other side. Again, the legs are only leaning over as far as what's comfortable for you. Shoulders are staying down. Reaching out with that opposite arm. Either looking up or away from the legs, either one. And then count to about 10. Once you're done, bring it back to the center. Now from here, we're going to roll onto one side. You're going to keep your head down so the back of your head lines up with your neck. Our legs are bent and your feet are going to line up with your hips. Abs are in, and it's just like you're laying against a wall. So if a wall was behind you, abs are in, don't arch your back. Bottom leg stays there, feet stay together, and we're going to lift the top leg and lower. Now for some of you, this might be too easy. If it feels too easy, you could grab a band. All the stations have a band. What this is mostly working is the glute med. The glute med is an important muscle to keep strong, to help stabilize the movement, especially if you have lower back pain. As adults, we don't get a lot of side movement, especially if you're a runner or a cyclist. Those muscles get imbalanced really easily. So without a band, maybe do about 15 to one side, 15 to the other. And as you can see, it's a nice, slow, controlled movement. Abs are in. Everything's nice and quiet except for that moving leg. When you get to about 10 to 15, you're going to switch sides and do the same to the other side. And make sure you set it up. So once you're down, your head is down. You can have a little pillow or something under your head, but you want the back of your head in line with your neck, down your spinal column. Your feet are right in line, abs are in, hips are stacked, and then just that top leg lift and lower. Nice controlled movements. Try to keep everything else quiet except for that top leg. Again, pelvis is just lightly tucked. As you lift, you're going to tighten and feel the side of that glute working. If you do use a band, you would have the band right above your knees. Again, you're going to do anywhere between 10 and 15. Once you're done with your 10 to 15, I'm going to have you roll onto your back again. You're going to bring your legs up in tabletop so they're in a right angle, calves parallel to the floor, knees, hips in line, arms straight up. Now from here, I want you to anchor that torso down. So gently, gently press the lower back. So you're pressing down into the mat. Your ribs are into the midline, your abs are in. Now this is going to be nice and slow. So you're going to straighten out the left leg and the right arm, hover right above the ground. Push out through the left heel, squeeze that left glute, extend through the right arm, and then back to the center. Other side, right leg, push through the heel, left arm above, push through that heel, squeeze that right glute. Right arm is still up, and then bring it back. We're going to do that 3 more times for each side. So left leg, right arm, squeeze that left glute, hold it, and bring it back. Other side, right arm, left leg, right leg, left arm, push through the heel, squeeze that glute, and back up. 2 more. Left leg, right arm, squeeze that left glute, keep those abs in, hold it, and to the center. Right leg, left arm, push through the heel, squeeze that glute. Important part of this. And back up. 1 more time each side. Left leg, right arm, squeeze. And back to the center. And switch. Squeeze, hold. And release it. Bring it in and hug those legs. Now we're going to end this with an Aldoa. A lot of you are familiar with the Aldoa, some of you aren't. So you do need a wall.
You're going to bring your mat or your towel so it's perpendicular to the wall. No shoes on, plus you don't want to get your wall dirty. You're going to get your hips close and then windshield them up. Now, if you have really tight hamstrings and it's not comfortable to have your hips on the wall, maybe you're going to scoot yourself back a little bit. I'm going to pick up my head, think about centering the head between the shoulders, tuck the chin in with keeping the head down, and then I'm going to think about making the back long. So as you're here, try not to look at the video, but just listen. So you're going to think about extending the spinal column. Hips are pressing to the wall as your head extends out toward the middle of the room. Chin is tucked in. You're either looking at your quads or maybe your knees, depending on the mobility you have through the cervical spine. Now, you're going to straighten up the legs. If your hamstrings cramped, keep them either bent a little or get a little further away from the wall. But otherwise, you're going to push the hips into the wall, push down through the hips, and push up through the heels. And then turn your toes in a little bit, just like you're pigeon-toed. Your toes are going to be close but not touch, and we're going to keep that energy shooting through the heels. My abs are in still, ribs are in, lower back is gently pressing down. I'm still looking at my thighs, arms up. Extend those hands, so you're flexing the hands, and then turn them in so your pinkies are close to each other. Now, just like you're a Spider-Man and you're shooting webs, straight arms, feel that energy shooting through the palm of your hand. Then you're going to bring one arm overhead, other arm overhead. If you could have your biceps by your ears, that's where your goal is. If your shoulders are tight or your spine just doesn't like it, then make the movement up a little bit. All depends on your body. Now when you're here, you're going to keep all that energy shooting through your heels, pelvis into the wall, push through the palm of your hand, and breathe. You're still looking at those thighs. Don't close your eyes. So again, push through your heels. Push your hips into the wall. Nice long back as you gently press the back down. Push through those arms. Push through those wrists. Your eyes are open and you're breathing. One more time through. Push the heels to the ceiling. Toes are still in. Feel the length of the spinal column. Extend through the crown of your head. You're looking at your legs. You're pushing the energy through your wrists. Hold it. And then relax. Bring those arms back up. Cross them in front and bend those legs. Then you can stay here as long as you like and stretch. So that was just a little mini talk about our stretches, a little mini stretch, little movement. Now I'm going to go through it one more time. So this would be your starting point. If you're tired of listening to all the other description on how to do things, this time we'll just go through it, but I will keep the reminders there. So I'm going to bring my mat back out. And let's go through this one more time. So shoulders and wrists in line. Abs are in. Nice long back. We're going to take a big breath in. As you exhale, roll it up. Look through those legs. Inhale, gaze up toward the ceiling. Open through the chest. Again, exhale. Pull the belly in, roll it up. Try to make the movement a little bigger than last time. Inhale. Open through the shoulders and chest. Tailbone tilts up. Look up toward the ceiling as much as you can. And keep that going. Going at a pace that matches your breathing. Again, big movement or small. You want it to be a comfortable movement. So if anything causes you discomfort or pain, stop or make the movement smaller. We're going to do that 2 more times. Exhale, pull the belly in. Look through those legs. And reverse it. Look up toward the ceiling. 1 more. Exhale, roll it up. Now we're going to come back into a neutral position and back into a child's pose. Relax your shoulders. Relax your back. Fingers are spread out. Jaws relaxed. And then bring it up. Flip on over onto your back.
Once you're on your back, knees into your chest. Take a big breath in, make yourself in a little ball. As you exhale, bring the feet down, hip width apart. Tuck that pelvis, pulling the abs up into a bridge and hold it here. Nice deep breathing. We're gonna hold it for 8, 7, 6. Tighten those glutes as tight as you can. Let's go for 4, 3, 2. Slowly lower it. Knees into your chest. Take a big breath in. Exhale, bring the feet down. Tuck the pelvis and lift. And again, weights on the shoulders, off your head, off your neck. You're tightening the back side as much as you can. It's not about lifting higher. It's about tucking the pelvis and keeping it tight. Lower it down. Bring the knees into the chest. Take a big breath in. Bring the head up. Slowly release it. Feet to the floor. Tuck the pelvis and lift. Now as you lift, it's so easy for those knees to pop out. Keep those knees in line with those hips. Weights on the shoulders. You're squeezing those glutes. Pelvis is tucked under. Hold it and breathe. Abs are in. Again, you're going to count to about 10. Then you're going to slowly lower it down. We have one more of those to go. Knees into the chest. Take a big breath in. Bring your head up toward the legs. Release it. Feet hip width apart. Tuck the pelvis. Tighten the abs and lift. Again, don't let those knees pop out. Your toes are spread out. Your big toes are on the floor. Squeeze those glutes and hold it. 4, a little tighter. Keep it tight. 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower that torso down. Bring those feet together. Open the arms to the sides. Lean your legs to the right. Just as far as what's comfortable, let your shoulders stay down. You're going to stretch out through that left arm. Right arm could either reach out or place it on the legs and press down gently. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, just relax all those muscles. When you're ready, let go. Arms out to the side, legs up, and switch. So again, your legs are only going over as far as what's comfortable for your body, shoulders staying down. You could place the left hand on the legs if you like and press down, or just keep stretching out through those arms. Again, either looking up or away from the legs. As the legs press toward the floor, you're going to reach out with that right arm. And yep, nice deep breathing, inhaling through the nose. Deep exhalations. And when you're ready, we're bringing it back to the center. From here, roll to one side. Your head is down, abs in, stack those hips, knees tucked in, and just that top leg lifts and lowers. Now again, if you know you like to use a band here, it goes right above the knees. The movement's nice and slow and controlled. Think about the muscle as you lift, squeeze and release. It's so easy for our mind to wander, think about other things as we're doing our stretches or movement. But as you do this one, I want you to think about the glute. Squeeze and release. Keep those abs tight. Let's do 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Going to the other side. Now you could just flip on over, but I'm going to flip all the way over. And again, set it up so your head's down. Nice long back. Abs are in. Make sure your back's not arched. Your feet are about the same line as your hips with your knees bent. Here we go. Lift, squeeze, and release. So when I say squeeze, you're contracting those gluteal muscles, focusing on the one on top. Abs are in the whole time. Now I exhale on the up, inhale on the down. Most important part is that you're breathing, that you're not holding your breath. Nice, slow, controlled movement, so there's nothing fast about it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more. And release it. From here, we're rolling onto our back. Little stretch, knees into the chest. Take a big breath in, bring your head up. Release it. Okay, flex those feet, legs in tabletop. Calves parallel to the floor. Ribs are in, abs are in. Lower back's gently being pressed down. And then arms up, palms in. Let's straighten out the right leg and the left arm. Push through the right heel. Squeeze that right glute. Right arm is still up to the ceiling. Arms and legs just hovering. Back to start and switch. Left leg, right arm, push through the heel. Squeeze that glute. And back to the center. Right leg, left arm. Squeeze and hold. Keep those abs in. Lower back is still down. Back to the center. Left leg, right arm. So you can see it's nice, slow, and controlled. Squeeze that glute. Back to the center. Now, a lot of times when people do this, they go really fast. But we're going slow. And I want you to tighten that glute. Connect those muscles. So squeeze. And back to the center. Let's do one more to each side. Squeeze that right glute. Push through the heel. Keep the lower back gently down. And center. One more. Just one more. Press. And back to the center. Okay, we have our Aldoa, and then we'll be done. So, bring your mat perpendicular to the wall. Hips as close as you can, that you could bring your legs up. Again, if your hamstrings cramp, bring yourself away. Pick up your head, lengthen your spinal column. Tuck your chin in without lifting your head. Now push the energy through the heels and turn those toes in. You're going to feel that tightness and tension, everything. This isn't relaxing. It shouldn't feel relaxing at all. So we're going to push the energy through the heels. Toes are in but not touching. I'm pushing my hips into the wall. Now arms up, flex those hands and externally rotate, turn those pinkies in. Now for here, I'm going to bring both arms over. Biceps by the ears. If you can't get the arms that low that it's comfortable, don't do it. Now when you're here, make sure you're not arching your back. So gently press the lower back down. And then we're keeping everything tight and under tension. So as you're here, you're breathing. And as you're here, just listen to the words. Push the heels up toward the ceiling. Feel that energy pressing up from the heels, pushing the pelvis down. Hips press into the wall as you lengthen through the spinal column. The lower back is gently pressing down. Then shoot that energy through your wrists. Again, you're looking at your legs. Don't close your eyes. So you're gazing at your legs. Push the energy through the heels. Toes are coming down. So toes are pressing toward your belly. Heels are pressing toward the ceiling. Push the hips into the wall. Nice long back. Your eyes are still open. You're still looking at those legs. Push through the wrists. One more time. You got it. Keep it working. Keep that body working hard. Push through the heels. Toes are down and in. Push the hips into the wall. Lengthen the lower back. Tuck your chin. Push through those wrists. Take a big breath in. Energy coming out of those legs and arms. Relax. Bring the arms up. Fold them across. Knees come in. Nice work. So again, you can do that throughout the day. It's a good way to start the day. There's so many stretches that are great way to start the day. So sometimes it just takes what works for you and your body. But those are just a few movements. Some of them are a little bit of strengthening, more movement-wise. You'd be surprised when things are tight, or if you're having your back act up. Some of those movements that are usually easy may not feel easy. So listen to your body, work with those limitations, but keep the strength and keep the mobility, and hopefully that back will feel better.